Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you on Dust 2 T side what are the most important smokes, the most important flashes and the most important molotovs. If you have watched my recent video, check it out here. We were talking about the Dust 2 CT side there, but today will be only the T side. So let's start with the smoke. So the easiest smoke, first of all, you need to know are the door smokes. There are two ways to do it. The easy one is from bottom. I would recommend in the beginning the bottom one, simply because you can just jump down, you can jump spot if someone is pushing middle or lower, and after that you just safely aim below these two screws here and just left click throw it. This smoke will completely block the vision in middle, the orb can't peek. Of course you need to be aware of the HE, what I showed in the CT video. So like I said before, check it out if you want to see how to counter the smoke.
Today's video sponsor is GoGo Case. Use my code Crystal for a 35% deposit bonus or use the code Crystal free, which gives you $1 for free if you are new on the site. You can open cases, do contracts, or upgrade your skins. They have many deposit methods such as bank, crypto, and more. But for me, the best one is using your old skins that you don't need anymore, and you can just get new ones. Check out the link in the description below to support me. And now let's continue with the video.
The other way to throw the smoke is from the top. So how I do it is that I just sit at this line and there's this little dot just roughly aligned. And then I aim here and jump throw. And the smoke should give the same effect as the other smoke. It flies a little bit different, but it's basically the same smoke. Just be careful if you do this and you don't have the information if they push middle or lower. The next smoke that you should know is the long corner smoke. There are two ways to do it. And I would differentiate between easy and hard. So the easy one is if you have like one of the, let's say the second, third or fourth one towards long, you just come to this corner. It doesn't matter where you're actually standing that much, just go here. And now you're aiming this line up to here, and I will actually show you why this is the wrong lineup. If you see on the bottom left, this smoke is just barely going past this. So what you need to do is you just go to this corner, go up, and then a little bit left. And now the smoke will always come. Even if this one is actually failed, normally it spawns off here, but it will always cover the corner. Now with follow-up flashes, it's very easy to take long. Now the harder version, let's say you have the worst spawn of your team. What you can do is, this is what I like to do, you go here in the middle of the garage, aim at this corner of this building, and then you just run and you release it when you're here at the sidewalk, all while running. This smoke is better than the other one, because it lands like this, and it's a nice way more vision. Like if there's a CT here at car, and you are RT going out, you can instantly like just peek pit for free. Also, it's very easy to be in long doors and peek here, because you just have this, you have an easier fight like this compared to when the smoke is like this. You don't really see it, you need to go out. So these are the two long smokes. Moving on to the B-split smoke. There are two ways to do it, one from the bottom and one from the top. The one from bottom, you just stand here, crouch, and now there's this big area and you take the first small area next to it. There's like a small black dot, you aim left side of it and jump throw. This smoke is really good because it not only covers CT, but it also allows your team to freely go outdoors. Because CT cannot see you. I would recommend to not use this smoke. Because here you see exactly why this is a bad smoke. If you go towards door, you can be killed. Also, if you run close towards window, you can be killed. And you can even jump spot and spam through. Ideally, what I would always recommend when you throw the B-split smoke, let's say we're doing the good one. If you have an extra molo, just make sure you aim high enough. Normally you should always see this, aim left side of it. You can always follow it up with a Molotov, so you know there shouldn't be anyone in the smoke, except you were there in the beginning. Now the smoke from the top, you go on the left side of the door, in the middle. Now there are like 4 rectangular black squares, something. And you aim at the left one on the bottom left, jump throw, and it's the exact same one as the one from the bottom. So the next one is the B-door smoke. Again, I will show two versions of it. One the easy one, and one, yeah, I would say my version, which is kind of crazy that I think of it, but I just like mine more. But I'm just me. So the easy one is you just go to this lock, you just jump up a little bit, and now you basically aim this corner up, left click. Now this smoke will go outside of the door, which is very important, because now the pluming effect will not be that hard or that annoying. So that's basically all you need. If you want to be crazy as me and have your own lineup, yeah, this is mine. So I go here against the wall. There's like this little white thing. I aim below it, stand up. Now I aim at the left of the shadow. Double click, W jump throw. Yeah, it's the same smoke, just a different spot. Maybe it actually is a little bit better, but yeah, that's the one I use. And the reason why I like to do it is because I do it from here, and now I can instantly do this flash. But now that I think of it, I could actually do the same like this. So I'm just, yeah, I'm just stupid. But it's okay. Moving on, since we're here in tunnel, is the B-lurk smoke. I would recommend using this one. You go this side of the pillar this time, and now you go a little bit to the left until you see this dot here. And you just aim on it and left click it. So why is this smoke good? First of all, it's good to pressure some utility out of the CTs in a default round. But it is also good to do it while your team is splitting B. And why is it good? Because if your team is splitting B, you will most likely use the smoke, like I just showed earlier. And now your team will run up here. Now the CTs are probably standing here holding this, or they are here in window. Now if you combine this with the smoke. So again, this is not the typical guide where I just show the smokes. I also want to show you why they are good and how you can use them. So this smoke is good because you can now safely creep forward. Maybe they spam, maybe they mollo, then of course you can't. But let's say you actually can move forward. You can clear the first corner left. And now you can freely aim window and you can peek door. Meaning, if your teammates are going out here and you're already close in the smoke, you first of all maybe get a free kill, but that's not even the important thing. You make sure that you trade the person who is window or door. So the next smoke I'm going to show you is the one in short. There are actually two you need to know. The easiest one is you just go here, aim like this and left click it. Why this is good is because it gets you space with which you can work and go behind it and go forward. Oh, my English today is very nice. Other than that, you can go on the box, peek a little bit over it. If the smoke maybe failed a little bit, you can jump spot one and get information for free. If you do the smoke, always be careful. There was this update where CTs can go up here, and it's very common that someone plays here, and if the smoke comes, they like to do this and peek you. Or maybe just go in the smoke and bait their whole teammate if they're Russian. Sorry. There is an advanced version of the smoke, which is a little bit harder. My lineup is there are like these two cracks in the wall, one bigger one where the shadow ends. So this is how I always find it. And you just go like this. And now, yeah, it's kind of hard to see. I will circle around it for a second. There's like a white speck on the wall, like this dot here. If I scope in, I think it's not that easy to see. Basically this one. And you just left click throw it while crouched. Now this smoke extends downwards. And people who play Face It have seen it maybe already. But you normally combine the smoke with the next smoke I'm going to show you, which I call Avanga smoke. Vacancies Go, they were the first team to use the smoke. So that's why we also call this box Avanga. And this is the Avanga smoke. There are two ways to throw it. One is from this corner. This is the easy way. And you just aim it in the middle of whatever this is. Just aim here and left click throw it. Sometimes this goes down, sometimes not. It doesn't matter. And it basically combines with this other smoke, and you can go here. And while you're already here, normally a teammate already flashed the orb on corner, and you can safely cross towards A. Because now the distance is way shorter. Now we need to only cross this area compared to here to here. There's also another position where you can throw it from. Let's say you are already close and you want to throw it. You could just go to this box, crouch, and you aim on the bottom left part of the square. So like this, in the middle, and double click throw it. Oh, not jump throw, sorry, double click. And it's basically the same smoke. Now you have two ways to do it. So now what you can do in an advanced level, or if you play in a team, or if you're playing with a premate and Face It, or you tell your random teammates, yo, Vladimir, drop smoke, bliat, kurva, something. You get another smoke here. You do the first smoke. Now you stand up, and where this line and this line meet, you throw a double click throw. Now you basically throw two smokes from the same position. And you could, in theory, even drop down. But these are the only smokes really you need to know in short. Last but not least, the long cross smoke. I hate it. I always see people doing this smoke you can still do it, it is still fine, but there is a way easier one and a way safer one. This is still fine, but I just don't like it, because why make it hard if you can do it easy? But now that I think of it, I could actually do the same like this. So I'm just, yeah, I'm just stupid, but it's okay. So, right now, what a lot of players already know is you just go to this blue box here, and you take basically the middle here and go a little bit right, and left click throw it. However, what players and pro teams have started doing, they are actually standing here, looking in the sky, and when they see the smoke coming, they block it. Because you can just jump here, block the smoke, and sometimes if you block it, it even goes into the side, and then you have a gap here. So, how to counter this is very easy actually. Instead of standing here, you go here, you aim at this little cable imprinting in the wall thing. I don't know how it's called. Write it in the comments, I don't know. And you move downwards to where the shadow is, and you throw a double click jump throw smoke. Now this smoke can still be blocked, but if it gets blocked, it doesn't matter because it's still right here. Only downside with this, if there's a crazy guy standing here, just be aware he might see it. So if you go past here, have a little bit focus here, or you just can crouch below it. So now this out of the way, but like I said earlier, this isn't the typical guide that you see on YouTube, because I want to show not only the smokes, but also when to use them, or how to use them, and what the danger is, which I've just done. Now the next stage is, how can you combine these utility pieces, maybe with other utility? So if you paid attention, I actually did it already on the B side with the B door smoke, where I showed you can do the B door smoke, and then you can follow it up with two, we call it hammer flashes, because in CSGO there was like this hammer thing called parked, I don't know. So basically you do this flash afterwards, you can even do it twice, because this flash is blinding anyone that is playing car, because it's popping here. It's blinding anyone that's playing sides, because it's popping here. And it's blinding anyone that's playing window, because it's popping here. This is how it looks with the bots. You see it in the chat, everyone is full blind, and the flash obviously doesn't blind you when you go out. So let's say you do the typical B-split smoke from top, from bottom. I mean, the obvious one is, like I said, you can throw a right click flash, go out. When you're here, you can do this flash, everyone should know it by now, and go out. And the follow-up utility, once you clear that nobody's here, is you mollo behind it. You can hold here a little bit, listen to the burn. If he's here, he might run through the smoke here, and you can go. And now again, because the smoke is on this box, you cannot kill it here. You can just, if your teammates are already out here, you can just run like this. Because who's gonna kill you here? No one, if your teammates are already there. Follow-up utility, in short, is not really like a follow-up util, but I would more say it's like a combination of what you can do with this utility. So let's say, for example, you're the person that is doing the avant-garde smoke from here, or the lurk smoke from here. There's a very easy combo. What you can do is you do, for example, this smoke. Now, you say, I will do mollo and flash ramp. Now, you aim at this little white dot, and you don't move your mouse. And you just go here, and now the mollo is crouched. Left click throw. Flash is standing up. And as you can see, it burns the whole side, it burns the whole ramp. Why is this important? If the CT is hugging this corner, it's very easy for him to dodge flashes. And it's very safe for him. But he is forced to be exposed like this. And I will throw a dot throw flash again. And he's getting blind by this flash. This flash also is a good follow-up flash for the AWP, who is being posted like this. Who will probably not be posted like this anymore because of the lurk smoke. He will probably peek like this then. Then the next smoke is coming. He will probably not be standing like this, but then he will be standing like this. And now he's in the vision of the flash. So this is a really easy combo you can do with your face-it premade, or if you're playing premium or whatever. And yeah, it's very underrated. Use it, please. Follow-up utility from this smoke, obviously, is this mollo. This mollo, if thrown correctly, is burning this person. I have damage off. Now it should be on. Somehow he's not burning. Welcome to Cs2. So let's rethrow it. Normally it should burn him. Yeah. So this is a very easy follow-up utility. In combination, what you can do when you see your teammate going fast lower, you can just also, after the mollo, just offer him a flashbang like this. It's not the best flash, but it gives him a little bit support. for anyone who's like aggressive in short, maybe behind the Molo. Okay, follow-up utility when you are taking long with the smoke. Let's do both versions again. Once with the good spawn, once with the bad spawn. Let's start with the good spawn. Let's say you are the person that's like this. You throw the smoke, ask for a flash drop, and then typically you want to throw the first flash when your teammate is between the doors, the first doors. And from the timing, it's like this, you throw it, you hold flash, you do one flash. It doesn't have to be the perfect one, in case you're not in the position yet. The perfect one obviously would be here and this. And now the follow-up flash, if you're doing flash from here, would be aiming here and W jump throw. This doesn't blind your teammates, but this flash will explode more towards the right. And this is important. Why? I will show you. If you are a CT running long, if you watch my other video and you know how CTs are taking long now, normally CTs are coming like this and are maybe doing this, or they're doing the nades, or they're even molotoving in here. So they're blind by the first flash. Some CTs will do this while running, like advanced teams are doing it. For example, it looks like this. And now, because their crosshair is now towards this side, they are not getting blinded by this flash anymore. That's why the next flash needs to be here. Or what I personally like to do is, I do the smoke, flash, flash, and then one more flash on the right. The last flash not too far, because your teammates are already out and maybe they're fighting towards pit. But this flash is very important, because it blinds anyone that is like strafing towards the left, peeking here, the flash is popping here, and they're blind. That's the follow-up utility you can do when you fast take long. Now, follow-up utility when you are out long, I would recommend to use the smoke. Not instantly, except you get kills fast. Let's say you take long and you get kills, then I think it's fine to do the smoke fast. Let's say you take long and you didn't get kills. You should wait a few more seconds for this smoke to be about to fade. And then you do the smoke. And then you can, in case you are scared that he's still car, you can also do it from here. W jump throw is the one I use. It will burn the right corner. He can still hide behind this, and then you peek and you spam here. If someone is there, you will kill him. And that's why you wait out with the smoke, because you cannot guarantee that car is clear if you do the Molo already and the smoke, while the smoke is still up. I mean, yes, technically you could do it, but it's just more efficient to wait out the smoke. So that's the follow-up utility to do. You can even do the Molo and combine it with a flash in case you're scared he's peeking behind, and then you cleared it fully. Remember the spam though. Follow-up utility if you're actually ending A. Let's say your teammate did the smoke. What you can do, especially if you are the AWPer, who should be obviously placed in pit, holding the right side of the box. So your teammates can sneak up closer, clear car, and just need to be focused on the lower left. Because you have the top. Car is already clear because you cleared it earlier, so they just need to focus here. AWP has a free kill here. Now, while they are close, you can either contact this angle and see if the people are holding it, or maybe you are already holding this angle while your teammates are going close. Now, what is really good molly, I call it coffee molo. You just stand again in the middle of the garage, like in T-spawn, and you aim here and just do a jump throw. This molo is the best molo throw when you're coming from long, because it's burning backside and elevator with one molo. And then you can follow it up with some flashes if you need. Okay, now the smokes are done with some follow-up util. Now let's move on to actual important molotovs that you need to know. The short molotov we already showed. Now what is important as well? So let's say you want to take short. So people want to play in this position often. I showed it on my CT guide as well. Again, watch it. And this position is actually very easy to counter, but I would suggest that you have a teammate playing here. Little fun fact, if you're playing here with an AWP and you crouch, you cannot be seen by middle. Obviously, this is too far. But also here. You cannot be killed. So keep that in mind for the case you're an AWP. I also do this sometimes in my stream. Check out my stream, twitch.tv/Crystal. So you can hold like this. And now, why are you holding? Because your teammate is exposed with a molo. And this is the molo you can do, or your teammates. You aim here. And just jump through it. And now this position is burning. Again, you can combine it with, maybe you have another teammate who's in lower. He can flash in the back. He doesn't need the good flash anymore because he cannot stand here. The good flash would be here in the middle. aim at this corner and jump throw. Why is this flash good? Because it's flying over this roof, blinding this guy. But it's not good against this position. But if you combine the Molo, the Kenny Molo, I call this position Kenny in our team. This is the Kenny Molo. If you throw this Molo, the CT can only be, if he's here, be here behind the Molo. So that means now any flash to the right should blind him. Follow-up utility from middle, in case you or your teammate are throwing the beast with smoke. You go in this position, you aim at this black dot here, you crouch, and double-click throw it. And with the Molo, you can spam the wall here a little bit, or even spam like this, that's fine. If someone is there, you will hit him, maybe kill him. And you can do this also when there is no smoke here, and you need to clear this. Typically what you can do is also like this. You do this, throw a flash, and peek. And now you can even sneak behind the Molo. It's like a 2-play Molotov. You can do 2 plays with it. So in short, I already showed the follow-up Molotov and the flashes. The only other important thing, obviously, I will just mention it in case you guys are not thinking for yourself, but these follow-up flashes by this guy, this person needs smoke, Molo, flash. So whoever this guy is, ideally it should be the AWP because rifles are entering. He should ask for the utility. You need anyone of the riflers who's throwing an entry flash, meaning you can either throw the flash from here and go with it, or you can just throw like basically any flash. But you need like one entry flash when you're like behind the smoke already that pops, boom, and you can like peek with this flash. And now the next flashes are coming, boom, boom, and now you're already inside. This should be obvious, but I will just mention it. And what also is important, the third guy with the rifle who's coming, it's always fine to stay around this area here. We call this elbow because it's like an elbow. You just chill here. And you can support ramp if there's someone. You can support here if someone actually runs up. And you can support if someone actually goes through the smoke, which people are doing nowadays. This is how it would look. So you're the third guy. You can be here. Be supportive. Hold, but be a little bit aware of this. Like I said, players like to go through this. And it's sometimes hard to spot. They can move even through the smoke and come out here if they are smart. And yeah, it's a little bit tricky. So the other general Molo that is very important to do, and you combine this with the door smoke. But let's say, for example, you don't have an AWP. Or like, let's say the enemy AWP is playing really good. He kills you every round here or one of your teammates. And you can't even jump spot. It is completely fine to not play with lower info. What is important though is that you do the door smoke. Now you can wait for the door smoke to pop. You can still jump spot like this. If he's like coming close middle, you cannot be killed. Now if the AWP of middle, he might shoot. I always look at the ball. Now the bullet hole comes or the sound cue and you just run. And now you have your Molo left. And now you're going from top middle. Clear yourself. And now you basically aim at this line above lower. And you Molo in lower. Now why is this important? You will see, you burn everywhere. So the first position where you are not burning anymore is this one. So for your teammates in tunnel who are scared that they can be lower, they are basically waiting here, holding. Now the door smoke comes. Now your teammate runs top middle. Now he's doing the Molo. And ideally you are 2 players here in upper anyway. Now the guy who's holding from here, you can just throw a simple walk throw flash like this. It will pop on this side. The angle is a little bit tricky, but my lineup is just the middle of the box or like the middle of the shadow. Sneak throw it, and it'll pop on the left. And you throw the flash at the same time while the Molo flies. You peek. If you don't see him here, and you don't see him here, you can only be close right. But normally, if someone is in lower, again, shout out to my other video that I did the other day, where you learned that the CT likes to play here. Like this Molo will flush them out completely. Either running back, they're smoking themselves, or they're going in front. So it's very unlikely that they will just insta go here. And if they are, you just need to hard clear this and this. That is a very important utility piece that you need to do in case you don't have lower information. Bonus tip, if you've watched my stream, you noticed me doing this a lot with my teammates, even with random Faceit guys, and I say, hey guys, let's take the late long. And if you remember, in the other video I showed that if you are on the T side, the only important thing is you want to figure out if they're playing heavy long or not. And I call, let's do a delayed long take. So the delayed long take is super simple. all you need is a smoke and 2 flashes. You go to this corner, and you just aim a little bit left side of this wall here, left click throw it. This is basically the same smoke as the good smoke I've showed from T-spawn, like the one from the bad spawn. It's really far out, meaning when you are taking long, you are covered and you can basically strafe all the way and clear pit, and you cannot be seen from A or car. And because you throw the smoke from here, after that I just go a little bit forward and I crouch. It's important that you go off from the sledge, because if you're on the back, the guy who could peek you in the middle of the doors can kill you. So I go here, and now I aim at this dot while I'm crouched, sneaking forward, left click throw, and then instantly follow it up with a left click throw again. So why this is important is because you ideally have 1 or 2 players close here. Now the smoke flies, and while the smoke is still flying, you throw this flash. Flash pops, boom, you go out, you clear this. And because you are throwing the flash as a combo, meaning flash flies, while the first flash pops, and this is when the guys go out, second flash pops now, boom, and it cannot blind them because it's here. But it's a support flash for anyone who's playing blue, or anyone who was like here, and now the call comes, they're coming along, he's going back, and he's blind. And the goal is, you go out, and you cannot stop. The goal is to go out and clear right side close and pit. This is the goal. That is a very easy strat to do, even with 2 players and face it. I would recommend to do it with minimum 3 people. 2 people entering, 1 guy using the smoke and the flashes. Just so the 2 players who are going in front have trade potential. Oh yeah, so basically this long take finishes my T-side guide for what is important with the utility, what smokes are important, what molos are important, what flashes, what follow-up utility, a default long take that is delayed. And let me know in the comments what you liked. If there's anything that you disagree, maybe there's some utility piece that I forgot that is really, really good, and I don't even know it yet. I'm always happy to learn new things as well. If you want to support me, check out my Twitch. I have a Discord giveaway going on right now with my partner kRYSTAL's. If you want to support me there as well, do it with my code. Be responsible, 18+. And yeah, have a nice day. See you next time.